Welcome to the Sellebrety App inventory management tutorial. This app will help you to do a lot of things. One of the things it does is that it helps you to track your inventory. Everything that you sell or everything in your stock, you can take inventory of all of them, have them at your fingertip. Also, what it helps you to do is accounting. All those things that you have in your store, they have prices, they have what, and there are numbers and the equivalent. You help you to take care of your bookkeeping in that regard, so your reports, your sales, your profits, your expenses. It's also an app that can help you do a kind of marketing. When we get in, you will understand that indeed we have where other people can see your products and come and purchase. And also built within it is a form of internal feedback mechanism. What that one does is, if you look at all this discussion, all these comments, you'll discover that any issue you have about the app, you can actually discuss it, not just about the app. If I click on post to forum, for example, and I said I want to add any new thing, you can see that I can discuss Sellebrety. When I click on that, you come here, you see if I want to ask question or if I want to make suggestion, general comment, then you enter whatever you want to write about or ask or comment, or the topic that one can easily look up, and then the comments. Then if you have any web link, and if you're interested in showing your location, you click on this button here. If you're interested in showing your location. So let's discuss that. That is just a quick look at the app. This app can run on a mobile platform, as you are seeing on this phone, and it can also run on other operating systems. Then it can also transform from what you are seeing here, that is a portrait, to landscape. So this is the same page on landscape mode. And if we have to look at some other things that you can see on landscape mode, let's look at this was the other shopping and a forum that we saw the other time. Can just, because this is a phone, so look a little bit small, but if it was a tablet, you have idea of what we are talking about here. This is an idea of how it looks like on a PC. It may not be very clear, but please just look at it. So this is the other screen we were looking at the other time on a PC. So this is the major inventory screen that you may see. Let's look at the way this one is on a phone. So on a phone it looks like this. That's in a landscape mode. And it looks like this on a portrait mode. So actually it transforms to different, just as you want it, different landscape. Portrait or landscape mode, it transforms, whether on a PC, just depending on the environment you are and the operating space, window space available, so it transforms. It works on iOS, it works on Android, it works on Windows, and it works on any browser, as you have seen. Now let's begin to look at each of the pages. Let's start with the welcome page. Now let's look at this very page, or this very view. Here you have the task. We'll go into this a little bit later. Then we have the new task. Tasks are like just as it sounds, task. Any new thing you want to do and you want to monitor it, this is where you click on. Although it's also at the pro user side of this app, but because of many things that task can do, we just put it here like a quick link here. This for monitoring historical, this for introducing a new task which you will monitor and update with historical. Here you have post to forum. Now post to forum is like a social media, actually it's an inbuilt feedback mechanism. You can discuss this app, ask questions, review it, make suggestions and other things, but it also have allowance for you to be able to talk about that things. If you get in, you will see it. Then my adverts is just for those users who are not really doing a lot of stuff at the pro user side. They just come here, click on it, and just post anything they want to sell for the public or other users to see that I have these goods. I just want to sell them, but it's not necessarily monitoring needs like inventory stuff. You don't know your profit, the trend, the performance, and the rest. It's just your contacts, the price, your phone number that you put in here, just to display the advert as if you are something like public sales platform. We have something like GG in Nigeria, something like that. That's what you have here. It's not that this app has verified the user or anything. It's just whatever business you do with this person here is just personal. You call the person, you meet at a secure place, and the rest. Then when we say shop and socialize, anything you post or you have any idea to share, you click on this to post it. You click on that to post it. Now here we have some adverts, so you can actually bring your advert. We post them here. The person can click on a link to take to the web. The person can call the number attached or even text. Sometimes if you're interested in showing the location, like this school, person is interested in not really school, it's an institution where they do some medical, give some medical services. So you just go there. So as we were saying, like this Stanford Academy, Benin City, in Benin City, Nigeria. If you want to know the location, you click here, take you there straight. Sorry, if you want to know the website, you click here. If you're interested in the very location on Google Map, you click here. You can also call. For example, this is the website. Let's just try and open the website. So this the website. This came directly from the app. So these are some of the way you can bring in your advert into here. So even on Google Map, you get it straight on Google Map. These are some of the way you navigate using this app, those who are ready to do adverts. So if I come here and click on as me I want to go there, so it take me now straight to Google Map and take me there straight. But I also want to drive, so if you take me and show me the route. So that's the way it is. So we are back into the app. So still on the welcome page, you have the place where you can watch video tutorial and other files that may be necessary for usage, that may guide help in this app. These are the different things info that you can click on and take you there. Then you also have the special announcement. Any fresh announcement coming to the app, you are going to be seeing them here. So always watch out for the special announcement. There will always be updates for the users here. Now let's go to other view, which is the shopping and forum. Now shopping and forum, you have here that's the first view there. You have the mall one. Mall one is basically about people that use this app. I mean these users, whatever they have in their stock. Let me use this. So the items you have in this app that you are monitoring or that you are selling, all these items that you have, what you have, when you come to this shopping forum, you are going to see them here. Everyone in the world will see them here. Mind you, it's only those that you have specifically highlighted that you are ready to display this to the general public. They will be seen here. The number of the selling price, the number of items that are available, and some other information, the price, they will all be there. For example, if I click on potato, you are going to see the full information there that you have provided, so the person can contact you through here. More too, this is just the information from the other place I show you. Any of my ad that you put here, just short ads or shortcut ad that you put here, they are going to appear in more too. So the person can call you, have your location depending on what you want people to see. Then let's go to discussion. Discussion is basically whatever you have used the forum. This is the forum. This post to forum, you are seeing here, whatever you put in here will be shown to everyone in the discussion here. So they can click, anybody using this app can click and reply, and once they reply, you now see the reply here. You see the reply here. So for example, you want to now search, because you cannot just be looking at everything at the same time. All these things here you can actually search. For example, let's search for information about pizza phone, but I can short it like that. If you have other search, other keywords, just we need to put there and narrow it down. So if I click on more one, nothing is now showing because nothing like PI ox there or PI. So here in more two, somebody said they want to sell this. This is our phone here. That's one person. If you come to discussion, nothing about pizza is there. But if you come to reply, somebody replied that there is a Android update for pizza phone. So you see them here, okay? But now, assuming you now want to increase the search, you want to narrow it down because there are going to be a lot of information in this app later. Maybe you now put Android. You don't even need to finish it, as you say. So now, if you come here, we know we had nothing there, but we used to have pizza phone there, but there was nothing like Android here, so nothing is now showing here. If I come to discussion, nothing there. In the reply, yes, you still have Android, and then pizza. Android and pizza in the case search. But mind you, always delete your search so that you can have your information back. If you don't delete them, you won't see anything on your search anymore. Or rather, on this shopping and forum page, you won't see anything there. So please always delete your search when you finish a session. Talking about discussion, if you're interested in replying any of this, you just click and then you click on add. These are the previous reply you have on this. You just click on add and then you add your reply and everybody will see it. Everybody will see your reply here, whatever is the reply. Now, as I said, this page, if it was on landscape, maybe on a system, it's going to look somewhat like this. Just watch. Something like this. just that if it's on a wider screen you will see them better. So something like this. So now we are back. Now let's go to pro user page. This is where the real work is for those that want to use this app to monitor their sales, inventory, stock management, and the rest. This is where you have it. All this icon here, they are very powerful, useful, productive tools. Okay, now for the new order, just as it what it says, new order. Anytime you want to make sales, when customer come and they want to buy anything, this is where you take your new order for them. Sales record, just as it also says, this where you have your historical sales, in case you want to print their receipt again after you have made your new order. It's not historical, but now you want to make their receipt or see some things about your historical sale, you can find it here. Now add new item to your stock. In fact, when you get this app for the first time, this is the first thing I expect you to do after you have properly logged in, sign in, and then do all the normal information about your account, input your credential. You come here and begin to input all the items, all the goods, all the services you intend to use to monitor, use this app to monitor. You come here. For this is the number one, if I don't make any mistake. This number one, this is where you populate first. It's after you have populated here first, we know whatever you want to use this app to monitor, and some information about them, what I may call remarks or detail about them. Then you now come here, restock. For this number two, initially you now come here, restock. Whatever I say, you now find them here. You begin to stock them. At this point, you don't stock them. You only just write there, I'm interested in doing this, I'm interested in monitoring that, I'm interested in monitoring this. You see a list of items. Then you now restock them. Restock them means, okay, now let's talk about like Lexus Jeep, for example, maybe 2023 model. I have here, you just write Lexus Jeep 2023 model. Here you now write, enter the quantity, the number you have in stock, maybe 8, maybe 20. You pick it and you enter it here. Then item monitoring, okay, whatever you already have here that you restocked here, then you have restocked and you made sales in this place. You will check the very item, what you have restocked, and the sales you have made, history about them both in and out. You see it here. Now we talked about task before. This is where the task is, though we have a quick link for it at the home page, but this is where the new task, this is where you create the new task. Just as you add new item here you add new task. After you have added the task initially, then your monitoring is now here. Your monitoring now is like this man that you added the items here, then you started restocking the same item here. Likewise, projects, you enter the project, each project, maybe you want to construct road or you want to construct any construction site, you enter the name and some information about it here. Then here sequentially or subsequently, whatever thing you do that cost money, that brought in money, okay, all your expenditure and all your revenue, you're going to use this to monitor it, so you can look at your inflow and your outflow. Then here the QR code, every item here, every task here, the QR code for them is generated here. You can print them out and stick them to maybe the item you are monitoring. Stick it to it for subsequent use. Then here is also the same thing, list of items, but here is more of pictorial. It's the same thing. Okay. Now talking about expenses. In fact, for expenses, please, we might not use this. We can turn our expenses to project or task. Yes, well, by the time we go into project and task monitoring, you will see what I mean. You can do all your expenses. You can monitor them using task and project. So we'll leave that. Adding new expense. So let's leave that. Let you leave adding new expense and then expenses report. Then your staff list. If you want to add new staff that will be using this app, so you can do that. Now let's move ahead. Here you can add stations. In fact, the way this app works, let's look at something here. You have what we call business. Business is the general license you obtain. Under each business, you have a lot of branches. Then under each branch, you have different staff under each branch. So this is the model or the app organogram structure. So it's better, first of all, you have already registered your business. Each license is a business, is for business. Then the next thing you have to do is to come to the branches. So which are the stations? You add stations here. Use this to add station. Then you now add staff. Why you need to add stations? Although when you are entering this app, setting it up for the first time, you will see a default station, which is headquarter, head office. You will get that. But if you have more than one branch, one station, you come here, you add more stations here, so that when you are now adding staff, you will see the station you have added here on drop down list for you to select for this new staff. Very, very important, because this app does a lot of calculation and other operation. For example, when you are printing out receipts, when this staff here, the staff on this branch, all this staff that you are seeing here, the address on the receipt they will print will be this branch. Likewise, if there were staff here, the address that will come from their receipt will be this branch. Also, where this branch stuff matter is this: when you are carrying out your inventory, you are going to discover that all the stocking, all the incoming goods or item, when you are entering them, is going to reflect the branch. And that branch don't just come from anywhere. You look at the person entering it and the associated branch. Also, when you are making sales, it's also registering. They are like outflow. It will take note of the branch that is making that sale, and that will not just come. It comes from the address of the station affiliated with the staff that is making that sale. That is how this app is able to make highly structured, well structured and intensive report that we'll see later. Very insightful report, which we are going to see later. Now, your personal profile, you click here, you see it. Every staff is supposed to have access to this. Profile of all staff, all the staff will be here. The admin will be able to see this, because at all you can hide some of these things due to your privilege level. Then profile all station, this mainly for admin. Then profile about the business. So you have the business by hierarchy, followed by station, then followed by staff in this organogram that I show you. Now when you come to stock level check, stock level check just basically check what you have left in your warehouse. If it's getting low, you will see the report here. If it's below the benchmark you have set, you see it here. Then we also have this report about expiration date, which you can actually look at here, but on a calendar. Please look at it. This on a calendar. Okay. Now let's look at the report. You have the sales report, which you can check here. You have the stocking report, which you can check here. Then you have the items reports, which you can check here. You just click this, just reports. It's already prepared. It's interactive also. You can end your start date, your start date, end date, something of that nature, end date, and maybe the item, and some other thing you can use to check here. Then also station performance and each sales rep performance, each staff performance. You can check their report here. You can check your report for profit here. You can check report of sales amount sold. Then restock trend, how you will be restocking, how you will be buying things. You can check there. Then this is view right. All these different icons you are seeing, it's not all that everyone should see. So with view rights, this security, with view rights, you are able to control what each user can see. The same thing with this. It's not everybody that will see this with time. In fact, I don't expect anyone to see this, because you might mistakenly log yourself out using this. Here you can't log yourself out, but you can log other people out. So that's for that. Now, as we are saying, the first thing you do when you get to this page is to add new item. You click on add new item. Let us say what we want to add is blue pen. We also advise write everything in small letter. Yeah, for uniqueness, write everything in small letter. Because if I change this B here to capital B and P to capital P on another one, this app will take it. It will no longer say that it's the same blue pen I'm writing just because there was change in capitalization. It will take it. But if I repeat this blue pen again with this cap, just the same way I'm writing it here, it will not take it. Tell you that you already have it. Then units of measurement, maybe it's a pack. You write that there. Then minimum stock. What should be the threshold minimum balance before this app will flag it? Let's say 50. Item details and description. If I have anything, nice pen. If I have anything, write it there. Then if I have any picture, I will capture it here. If I have any picture, just as I said, take a photo, choose from existing or cancel. So I'm not going to take any picture there. Then you see this, for sale to the public, not for sale to the public. Please be careful of this. By default, everything is for sale to the public. When you say for sale to the public, that is when the mall, the general mall 1, mall 2, this thing will appear in mall 1. Everybody using this app will be able to see what you have in stock and will be able to contact you. If you say not for sale to the general public, nobody will be able to see it. So just note that. So let me save this. That's I just entered a new item. Now let me enter the same item again. Let me see what will happen. Blue pen. You say item already exists, right? But let me say capital letter blue, or anyway, I just change it anyway. Pen. Wow, that's good. Wow, I like that. It's able to recognize. I hope I'm not being fooled here. Let me go back, cancel. Let me enter it again. Add new item. Let me just see. Capital letter blue. Capital letter pen. Wow, that's great. It's able to recognize. Okay, I thought the capitalization issue will come up. So this is great. It's able to recognize that you already have a blue pen, so it's duplicate, because we don't want any duplicate in this app. So that's great. So that is the first thing you do. After you add item to your stock, you now go to restock. Very important, please. You must also restock that item you just brought in before you start doing anything on that item. So let's see, name of item. At this point, I just want to tell you that you can use barcode if it's an existing item that you are already taking the barcode there. You are already taking the barcode. You have printed it out before and it's with you. So let me check on one. So let me look at this barcode. So it's able to pick that from existing barcode that I already have. So assuming that is what I want to restock, I just continue. Or as you saw before, I can click on the drop down list. Let's look for the red blue pen. It's alphabetical, so this is the blue pen. Okay, now if you observe, the blue pen here does not have figures like that, does not have data, but the other one I showed you just now had, let me just pick any other one. Okay, red palm oil. Okay, so you see the cost price is already here, as in the cost price already here, the selling price is already here, cost amount is already, and some other things like that. Okay, now what I want you to look at is this information you are seeing here was the last time the stocking was done. This was what we had there. This one you are seeing as the selling price is based on what you entered when you were setting up this app, the percentage profit you enter. So make sure your percentage profit, you set it. Otherwise, this selling price will always be equal to this if you don't set it up. But please set it up, whatever percentage. I think this 15% that is coming. You can always edit this value, please. You can edit this value. So let me go back and restock my blue pen. So my blue pen, I can add remark to my blue pen depending on what I want to do. I can add remark, but let's come to the price. Each pack, let's say what, 800. Now what was going to happen to selling price? It has automatically brought up suggest a selling price for me. If I'm okay with this, I take, otherwise I change it. Now you may not see everything here later when you are doing yours. This one is an expenditure, so because I actually I spent money doing this. Then if it has a due date like expiry date or anything you may call it, but actually this was expiry date. Maybe if it has expiry date, you set it. So the number of quantity, very important. Let's say 40, no, 4,000. That's the number of quantity. Now station ID, this is the station I was telling you. The current user is under headquarter. There's another station under my license, first division, but it's HQ here. So you leave it as that, otherwise you change it, because it's going to go and register under HQ stock. It's going to register under HQ stock, otherwise you change it. That's basically what you just do here as far as this restocking here is concerned. When you are through with that, you save, so that it's after you are saved. Now if you now want to carry out any sale, please follow the order before bringing new item. We restock the item, then you can also want to make any sale. Talking about sale, so talking about sales or new order, you come here to make any sale, you click on add, and as I said before, you can use your barcode to scan. Let me just scan anything there. Tire, so automatically bring in the amount, the unit price, then the quantity is here. So let me just add to this quantity. I don't want to touch the unit price, otherwise you can also touch it, but please, that is what the management wanted, so I save that. If I want to sell more for this same customer, I click the blue pen we just bought, we just stock. I will add that, and maybe I have other things to sell. Let's say mango, something of that nature. I want 5 of them. So now I will save. When I save, if there are discounts, balance, or whatever I add, but most times it's going to end here. If I try to save, it will say no, this entry is required. How is this customer paying? Let's just say by card. So now let me save. Watch out for this, watch out for that. It's synchronizing. It synchronizes it. It takes some time to scroll because this thing is online. You can move ahead without synchronizing if you don't want to print out receipts. I'm only waiting for it to synchronize because I want to print out receipts. So once you finish synchronizing, so you now click completed. You click completed. This is a summary of what you have done. You click completed. Once you click completed, it will start doing, okay, it's true now. It has finished the process. You can now print out the receipt by clicking on this. I click on the receipts, so the receipt comes out. So this is what we just sold a while ago. Okay, so this is the what we just sold a while ago. These are the 3 items: tire, blue pen, mango. This is the way it's going to come out. The name of the business, what you deal on. Make sure you fill all this in the app because it's going to pick them. Then this headquarter, this is the address of the headquarter. Then the branch, that headquarter branch, this is the phone number with which you can reach them. So please make sure you fill all this where necessary so that the app can bring them. So as I said, this is like a POS kind of printer, tiny printer format. So you can send this to a wireless printer from your phone and it will print it out. At this point, I want to point out a very important information. If you look at profile stations, so let me click on it. Here you have 2 stations, HQ and first division. HQ was the one I used to print out that receipt just now. I'm under HQ. But if you come to first division branch, The station category though is head office, but if the station name is first division, it does not have address. Now I want to go and turn my own profile to this first division and then carry out a transaction, and then you see that my receipt will not have address. So let me take it to first division. From HQ, I'll move myself to first division. So now let me go back and carry out some transaction. I'm demonstrating this for us to know the implication of belonging to the right head office, the right office, and also filling in all information. That's why I'm just doing this place. So now let me say card transfer. I'll come here. Once you finish synchronizing, I'll click on complete to print out the receipt. Then you now see if there will be address, because that head of the other officers now that we just picked does not have any address. So let's look at what's going to happen now. Okay, here it's still showing. Okay, it did not change. That means the system see the user from the first time the person was logged in. It looked at the particulars as at that time. So even if you change the branch later, it may not reflect. But by update or before you get this app, we'll try to ensure that even when you change, the new address comes up. Meanwhile, to be on the safer side, select the branch that you wish to be under once you are logging into this app or you are registering a certain staff because of this address and some other things. Mind you, if it's just a single office without branch, all this complication will not actually arise. But we are making sure that no matter how complicated the issue is, we are able to resolve all. Now, when you go to sales record, let's look at sales record. Sales record is an inventory record of the transaction you just carried out, starting from the most recent. These are the one we all did. This is the time, so you can click on them, click on any of them and print out the receipt again if you're interested, and something of that nature. This app uses internet connection to do a lot of processes. Nevertheless, it can also work offline. The only thing is that the information entered will not appear, will not communicate with other users at the same time. In fact, if more than one person is using this app, it's very highly advisable to ensure that they are connected to the internet, because that's what makes the database to be synchronized and updated. Otherwise, they will be giving false information. What I mean by false information, if user 1, user 2, user 3, if they are carrying out transaction and they are not being able to synchronize with each other, the database will not be a true reflection of the actual. However, when the internet comes, everything can synchronize and you get what is actually left on the database. But if it's one person without internet for a day, no issue. It will use your cached information to give you updates on whatever you want. Whenever you connect to the internet, you go and synchronize with the server and your actual database online. Now, let's go to item monitoring. In item monitoring, it's basically all the items you have, like this blue pen just now that we just talked about. You can edit, you can click and get detail. For blue pen, record of past purchases, we have purchased once, That was what we used to do our practice the other time. We did it when the quantity was 4,000, and therefore the total quantity is 4,000 in our stock, and this is the cost and the rest. But when you come to sales, the records of past sale, we have made say we sold 3 quantity, total amount of this unit price was this. So you have some information about this. Stock level is good. It's not, because the minimum stock required is 50, of which we have more than 50 here. Let's see what we have. If you look at this quantity, we have more than 50 still left. Okay, this is it. Total quantity left. We sold 3 out of 4,000. Look at it here. Just a little bit of we sold 3 out of 4,000. What we have left is 3,997. So if our minimum stock is this, then our report stock level check is saying it is good. If you check an item like bulb, you have a single restock event, you have a lot of sales record of past sales. So that's the way it is. So the edit is basically what you have there. If you want to change, maybe now want to add unit of measurement and the rest. Let's look for something like egg. Edit egg. You're going to find this there. Units of measurement, minimum stock. Maybe you want to change from 5 to 9. You change that. Item detail. If you want to take picture, currently it's for sale to the public. If I don't want it to be sold to the public, I change. So that is how you do your update. I'm not going to save. So now new projects. This new project you are seeing here is the same thing as this. It's the same thing as this new task, please. This new task. So let's come back. New project. If you click on it, you write, though it's item, looks like item. Maybe I want to build a house. House number 24. Maybe you have a lot of houses you are building. So house number 24. If you want to take a picture of the prototype already built on system, then if you have any detailed information about it, the one along the major road, something of that nature, major road. So you just give some brief detailed information when you authorize it to just save it. For sale to the public means that everybody can see it, but please, this project I don't want anybody to see it. I don't want the public to see it. So I checked not for sale to the public so that nobody sees it. Please, this is very important. Then I save it. Then that project now I want to start monitoring it. If I come here, you will see it here. House number 4, house number 24. If I click on it, I can say now let me now add. I just want to add. I start updating it. Okay. Now as number 24, I can come here and say making the perimeter fence. This for protection. how much did it cost me? I spent, let's say, and please mind you have your currency. There's a place you enter your currency, so I will know what you're actually spending. The currency, because every currency is different. So then due date. This due date here may not be the expiration date, may just be the date they are supposed to deliver, or date for anything. Or if I don't want it, I will not even set it. Maybe it's due date, the date you expect something to happen, whatever. So now, what kind of transaction is this? Expenditure. I just spent money, so I'll call it expenditure. Now you see this cost price is for one quantity, because at the end, please, this is what you are going to see here, please. But assuming it's more than this is static app, and I want you to get it here. Assuming there are things that are countable, maybe jerry cans were supply, jerry cans of water or something of that nature, or liters of water or gallons of water, and they were 8, for example. You write that 8 here. Now, why this is important is that the cost amount has changed. If this was 1, this cost will be equal to this cost amount. Is this cost amount the system is going to use? There is a reason for it. Is this cost amount? But most time in your project, this value is likely to be equal to this value, because here is default 1. It will not change. But if there are things that are countable, you want to know the number, of those things you purchased for that very project. Please, it's project this time. You enter them here, then check if it's expenditure or revenue. This is the time you created this, you updated this project record. So I save it. So project record, this is number 1, the remind making the perimeter fence. So house number 24. Let me come back again. Now, if you check house number 24, this money, because I said it was an expenditure, it's telling me it's negative. Okay. So let me add another expenditure to it. See house number 24. Remarks. What did they do this time? Supply of liter. Now let me say gal. Okay, liters of water. Now this is somewhat tricky. If you check, this was the last amount I used to do whatever I did before. That was the perimeter fencing. But now I'm saying liters of water. I did not specify the number of liters. So, because I did not specify, I'm going to put amount for each liter. Let's say each liter was 50. The quantity is not just 1. Because if I put 50 there, please look at it. The cost amount is 50 here. But the liters, let's say it was 800 liters. So the cost amount is 40,000. This multiplied by this. It was also an expenditure. Let's say the day the water is supposed to finish is on the 24th. So I just put it there. I know what I mean by the date. Please, not something that. So this is going to change later. By the time you finish updating, just watch. When that new amount I just added, please see it has changed. It has changed because this amount has come in. So this is how you are going to monitor your projects. Let's say supply of diesel. Supply of diesel. How many liter? Let's say 900 liters. It's an expenditure, and the quantity. No, please, not 900 liter. 900 naira, 900 bucks. Then the quantity is maybe 50 liters. Still on first division. That's my station, please. My station is first division, not headquarter. Thank you. So the total amount now is this. That's the cost amount is this. So if I save this, so you watch, this is still going to update. When the supply of this amount comes in, it's still going to update. So let's watch out for this. It has updated. So thank you. That's how you monitor your projects, and you know the total amount you have spent, all your detail about it. You are going to find them here. Now, what happens if it's not an expenditure, if it was a revenue? Let's look at what will happen. At this time, let's say remark sales of scraps. We sold it, the scrap in block anyway. We sold it for, okay, we may not put any due date. This time is revenue. Now watch what is going to happen, please. This time is revenue. We are going by quantity 1, please, so that whatever is here, cost price is equal to the cost amount. Don't mind is using this nomenclature, but it is this expenditure and revenue that matter, that control what's going to happen. So now I'm not spending money, rather I'm receiving money. So let's save it. Now look at what is going to happen here. Look at what is going to happen here. When do you think finish updating? If you observe, this has changed, please. This has changed since this 2000 came in. It has changed. It has reduced the amount spent by this amount, because this is revenue, not expenditure. This is revenue. So that is how this one works. So what to basically note here is that the inflow, you have to code it, either is expenditure, while you code the outflow as revenue, or vice versa. But make sure you have your own convention. If you don't want to be seeing this negative you are seeing here, you may now say okay. You may now say okay, this is okay. You may now say okay. If you don't want to be seeing this negative, you may now go to the revenue, make everything to be appear as revenue, and make the other one to appear as expenditure. So it depends on the convention you really adopt. That is what makes this information here to either be negative or positive. But your inflow and your outflow of cash, make sure you take care of them. If this is positive, this will be negative, and if this is negative, this will be positive. If this is basically, if this is revenue, take this as expenditure. Whereas if you take this as expenditure, for example, take this as revenue, for this to be able to balance. Now QR code, just basically as it states, this is where you have all the items, all the tasks, all the projects. This is where you have the equivalent QR code, which you can print out and stick to the object, to the items, to the stock which you are selling. Is this QR code that you are interested in, and this name is just to give you an idea. This price may continue to change, but never mind, the one in the system will be getting updated if you have already printed this out. Just take a snapshot, or if it's on a computer, print it out. Take a snapshot, go to a printer and print it out. You'll be able to do everything. Even house number 24 that we just did, this is the QR code. List of item pick is basically the way it sounds. If you have pictures, they will appear here. You're going to see them good, but I don't have much pictures here. As I said before, don't use expenses anymore. Go and use project and task. Just create a group of expenses you want to monitor. Then under it, anything that happens, write it there and the amount you spent. You will now see it as a summary of how much you have spent so far. It can be month 1, month 2, month 3, whatever you spend, all will be appearing under that month. Then with the different things you actually spend the money for. Just you see, now let me talk about this. This is a project task monitoring. You see, this project task monitoring, if you observe, let me show you something. We have discussed this house 24. If you go to someone like this, Mr. Egbon, look at what's happening. Mr. Egbon is actually under project and task. He's actually a patient under a medical doctor. A patient of a medical doctor. So the first day he came, the patient was in critical condition. Before you know it, the condition has improved, and the date this person came and the money is spent, they are all there. So it was all revenue to the doctor. So these are the dates and the time. That was a way of using this task monitoring, project monitoring, how to monitor patient condition. This can also be your personal condition that you want to monitor, maybe your BP or anything. You just create it, BP, you just write it there. You want to monitor BP. Now here you're having a student who wants you to monitor his biology class. He came to biology class and he said remarks. You see, this student was not spending any money. He was not spending any money, so the cost was zero. You can also just like, but for each of the lecturer talked about, the digestive system. This you can always update. So this for note taking. He is using it to take his note in anything. The topic of today was very interesting. This is another date, so this is the date. So you can see the different scenario we have used it for. You can use it to monitor your personal notes, house project where you have done your warehouse inflow and outflow, your total daily sale monitoring. You can use this task monitoring for it. For people who will not have the ability to be taking inventory of each sale, maybe because the volume is overwhelming, but at the end of the day you want to know the total you sold at the end of the day. You can also use this task monitoring to do it. You can now say just here, for example, sales. Here the remark will be sales for day so and so. The date will be here. Please note that that's not the date, please. This is the date, which you can amend. So this is the date you took this very note, or that you enter this information. You just then, if you whatever you now want to use this due date for, you now know that what this due date means, and you select it. That is now personal to you, and you can also state it in your remark what your due date now mean to you. So talking about a daily monitoring, whatever was sold on this, so you can be entering them and block day by day, so that with time, I will show you where you can get report about all these things. Later on, you'll see the report, the total amount in a report format. These are details for now. So you can also use this stock, or rather monitoring of task and project. You can use it to monitor that. If you have hotel, you can also use this. That's if you don't want to print receipt. Please, if you want to print receipt, just go and use order, new order, whatever, to do that. Enter each of those rooms, apartments as items in the app, and then because you want to print out receipt, and then go and use a new order to give them out. Then you can print a receipt. Otherwise, just use here. Each of the room will be, each of the apartment will be your item, will be your task, will be your project. Every day or every time it is taken out, because the date is here, the amount, the name of the person, any information you have about it, you write it here. So you are going to be getting summation here of the total amount made so far, and by then it's going to now be revenue to you. By then all of them will be revenue to you. Then if you do other things, maybe even baking. Why baking is a special project is this: there are things you buy en bloc, or a lot of ingredients that you buy, so do baking, and any other project like that, you buy a lot of things. So those ones will be taken as expenditure. Whereas when you are now selling, when you know the amount you sold, or what you were able to make out of it, number of is it crates or bales or whatever, packs, whatever is used for the measurement, and the equivalent amount, when you now enter it here, you state it as revenue. So at the end, this project will tell you the equivalent status, whether in the red, in the negative, or in the positive. It will compare the revenue with the expenditure. So for those that also do eatery projects, eatery restaurant, you buy a lot of things for you to be able to make your cooking and some other things to prepare your dishes. But when you are through, you start selling. So the things you buy, the expenses you pay, salary and the rest, will now be your revenue. Will be your expenditure. Why the equivalent sale will now be your revenue. As far as this project is concerned, you now know how to customize the project. Maybe project day one, this or this, whatever is a project. The total things bought on that day and the total things sold on that day. Whichever way you now try to customize it to fit your very special need. But what this project does is I check the amount, inflow and outflow, and give you a summary. Then later you'll see how to get the historical reporting in a concise format. Add new staff is a form. You just fill it out. Ensure you enter the right branch or station. Because of what we have discussed before, the email, all these things, just fill them for each staff and submit. Then you can also add new station, the station name, the address, country code, everything. Station category, this you can always change. Okay. When you come to personal profile, this is your using this app currently. This is my information. I didn't put my email, but this is the name. You have to update all these other ones. This is your personal profile. Every person is supposed to see his personal profile, except the admin decide otherwise. Don't want the person to see his personal profile, but his profile, this personal. Then profile staff. So for this license I'm using, these are different stuff. These are the different stuff. I can check out each of them. So profile or station, we have two stations here, head office, and so these are all the stations available. This is the list from which every staff we pick from. Profile business, this is the overall. This is the name of the business name, the state, the what we did on. There's something I want to show you. Early esteemed customer, thank for your patronage. Now please watch this. This block unauthorized user by default is coming empty. You can set it to yes, you can set it to no. Block unauthorized new user, if you set it to no, anybody you give your access to can log in from any device and use the app and see everything about your app. But when you say block, even if you give your access credential to someone, if he try to log in, it will be told that new users are not allowed to this app until you come and turn it to no before the person can be logged in. And immediately the person log in, you turn it again to yes, so that no other person can log in. Then I think that's basically that. That's for security. So after the profile business, this profile business is when you are logging in for the first time, you are made to fill some of this information. So in case you still want to update, you use this to update it. Stock level check. If you click on stock level check, you have the good, those in good condition, those in low stock, those in out of stock. So you just take care of that. Stock level check. Now expiration date calendar. Expiration date calendar, you just click on it. You are going to see all those dates you pick that you need to do one or two things, like this house number 24. This is a project, so it's not going to expire. But if there was something you have written down that you expected to take place on that day, you will just click on it and be able to get it. So go back to the month. So if you go sideways, you see all the item. Apple is going to expire on that day that you are seeing. So you just continue to check and check. So let's go back. So expiration, you can also use by date. So if you click by date, it will give you all the items, the day they are going to expire. So you can also look that up so that you take the necessary action. Now for the report, for example, the sales report, we are basically going to do maybe one and then we leave you with the rest. So for sales report, please know that this is like a dashboard. It's long. It's when it's on landscape that you will see, or on a computer you are able to see everything more. So let's look at landscape. So in landscape you are going to see them almost like this. So what do? Let's change the start date and the end date. You can also search by product. Here it's just Apple we're searching for, but let me clear all. No, I'll clear all. So I'm searching by Apple. So let me also change the start day. This 29th of September, let me say since August. Let me set. After setting that, let me just click out so that you see the change. The change will take effect. Okay, let me change it to another day. Let me change this one to maybe today. So it will continue to change. These are your sales report. So if I actually come here and say who did all this sale, let me check out for myself. FO Smart. I want to know what just FO Smart did. FOSmart.com. Okay. Let me check FO Smart HQ. Okay, FO Smart HQ. You'll be selling all this. So this is all the transaction carried out by FO Smart HQ from the 3rd of August to 20th of December 2023, and this is the detail. So this is the pie chart, like a donut, and this is the like a bar chart. So you're able to know the profit, the date, the quantity, and the different item if you go into the detail. That's the way this one is. So this is basically what this reports. You enter the start date, the end date. You're going to get a lot of things. By the time you start using it, you will understand how all these reports and what they basically mean. The major thing there is AAA, and this is the total amount sold within that period by FO Smart. So the same thing apply to others. The same thing applied to other reports, which we are going to see now. Let me see other reports. Let's talk about restocking. The same procedure. Just enter your start date and end date. You are going to get the percentage and then the equivalent amount. The percentage, the equivalent amount, then the product, then the detail of what we actually sold. So this report is for stocking or historical stocking, how we have been buying things. So this is the start date, the end date, which we entered before. It will also reflect here until they change it. It's going to reflect under your profile. So this was the item when we bought them, the quantity we bought, the cost price if applicable, and the rest. So the other time we were talking about projects. All your projects, they appear here. So let me see, the end date is today. So let's see. Is the projects. This is the last thing we just did. And these were the things we will be doing today. This is it appear on that stocking. And the stocking report. So for your project, if you now want to filter better, because we just want to know what happened today, let's just go to today. Everything we have done is today. So if you come here, it's got that blue pen, restock, house 24 is project, and we did a lot of things, the cost and everything, the quantity. So you have it here. So you have blue pen, you have house 24, and the equivalent, it looks like stock in here, but it's actually your expenditure, your revenue that shows here. Now we'll go to another place where we can get this in another way, depending on whichever format you want your report to appear. For that restock trend, because this restocking here, it is also the same thing as this restocking, restock trend here that you are seeing. So let's first of all do this master report. Now this master report is talking about each item, what has come in and what has left, the amount, the profit, every information from onset is what is basically telling you about total restock, the quantity sold, the item total sold, the item total profit, the item total restock in terms of quantity, total cost of. So these are the total worth of what is left for that stock in the of that item in the store, the total profit you have made so far. Then if the stock level is good, this is basically master report of the entire business, every item that you have. Let me change the dates here. Okay. Let me change the date. Okay, this master report, it reports everything. It's not majorly affected by all these parameters. All the same. Okay, this one will affect it. This is general information about the total stock. Okay, let's look at another report, another reporting format from here to here to here to here. This is another reporting format. So let's start with report station and user performance. So this one appear like this. If it's on a computer or PC, you will see more detail than this. So let me to click, open more. These are the branches or station names. Open more. These are the dates, of those transactions. These values are basically the total amount that was sold. So these are different users, the amount they have sold so far. So the hour they usually sell. But let's take it in another way, please. Let's go back. Let's take only first division. Let's take only on the 6th. The only user that worked that day is FG. That's the only user that worked that day, and these are the hours. So if I click, all the things is sold on that day, you will see. So that's one of the report is user performance, that we'll call that. Then we have another report of profits. Let's check profit in the same format. All the years so far is 2023. So we click all the months we have. So these are all the months. Let's check for December. So these are all the weeks. Let's check for week 50. These are all the dates. Let's check for this day. These are all the hours. but instead of just for 1 hour, you can now say all. So you see apple, egg. These are the things that were sold and the amount they were sold. Oh no, the profit made, because here is specifically for profit. These are the profit made, this loss, so this is how you check for the profit you made on so day on each item, part, branch, and the rest. So this profit is basically telling you the total profit. This amount you are seeing here, this 2 billion, is basically telling you the total profit so far for the year, before you now go into detail how it was spread out. Likewise, when you come to this sales report, this amount is basically telling you the total sale that was made. And how it was spread out. Because of some deals that were done, so you might see some things here that you may not be very comfortable with, but they have all been resolved. I can assure you. So what you are going to be seeing here are the total sold amount for those year, for those periods. Then the restock trend. Discussed this restock trend the other time, when we had start time and end time, so we were not able to get more information there. But if you come here, this is the total restocking. And for projects, this is where you have all information about projects. We are using first division the other time. Let's look at first division. Let's look at this month, which house 24, yes, restock. So this house 24, that was the project we just entered a while ago. Here it's like now restocking or stocking trend. This is the details so far. House 24, making perimeter fence. So if you look at it, making perimeter fence, supply of liter of water, supply of diesel, and the rest. So this is it. So the total amount is this. That is total amount. So yeah. Okay, an update here is that you are going to see another report that will specifically target projects. This report as here is for restock item. Restock item are basically all those blue pen, all those items that will basically just sell, with stock and sell. But we are going to see another report like this that will specifically be made for projects, and by then you will be able to get all this information we earlier talked about in project information, like net project amount, total amount recovered from project, total amount spent on project, and the rest. That will cover it, and it's going to look alike. When I say it's going to look alike, I mean it's going to follow this reporting format: year, station, just like that, month, and then all the item and all that stuff. But it will be able to capture all those total amount spent, all those total amount recovered, and the rest. So you're going to see that under this restock trend, it's going to be projects. Okay, one thing I want to say about this report is that because we are using our report, this app as it is, to simulate a lot of things, talking about tasks, talking about projects, talking about items for sale, so it may look a little bit muddled or complicated, but by the time you are using it to attend to specific need, maybe for sales, your report is going to be straightforward. Okay, and as I said, apart from this restock trend report, we are now going to add you will see a report on basically task or projects. You will see it. Now talking about a view right. View right is for security. If you want to edit this, these are all the users or the staff in this establishment. If I want to edit what they can see, I edit the view. If I want to edit their status, whether I want to log them out of this app, I did the status. But let's of all look at the view. Please don't try this at home except you are very good at this, because you may lock yourself out. I will click on this edit button. So I click on this edit button. Let me go to myself, FO Smart, that's me. I will just click on it and I'll say FO Smart, you're only allowed to see order and sales record. For me not to lock out myself, let me also check the views right, otherwise I'll just lock out myself now. So if I click on done and I click save, if I now go to the app, these are the only things I can see. All other things I can look and see them. So let me come here and edit again the view. Let me now say I want to see all by clearing. If I clear and save, I'll be able to see all. You can do this to any staff, wherever the staff is, whatever you want the staff to see, just edit. Likewise, if you come and said this staff, maybe Iben, this Iben, I don't want you in my organization, just click inactive. Iben will no longer be able to log into this app. It will log into the app, but you will not see, it will be told that he has been logged out. If you open the app, Iben will be told that he has been logged out. So let me edit this again, because I don't want to put, I'm not ready to log Iben out, either active or I just clear. So I save it, so Iben can go into the app. So 2 layers of security there. You put your business profile, you put it to block unauthorized new user. So if Iben has been locked out, can no longer use it in the current phone or system you was using it in. Then if you now try to go to another system will be told that you cannot just come into this app except you are giving permission. So you lock it out here and you lock it out in the other area that we just showed you. Now in this users detail, remember the percentage I told you. Anytime I entered my cost price, it will suggest a sales price for me, multiplying by 15%. This is where you get it. If you also have VAT that you follow, you enter the VAT here. For the one we have been doing, I entered 0 VAT, so VAT was not coming in. This at the level of a user. Remember, this at the level of a business profile. At the level of business profile is when you do all those things I just told you. Business profile, your percentage profit. You just preset this. You can edit whatever outcome when you enter your cost price. Whatever I now tell you for sales price, just using this to estimate. You can later change it. So don't forget, if you have terms and conditions, you state it there. If you want people to see your location, but it's necessary you put this location, because if somebody wants to, through the app, trace your address, it's through this location that the person will see it and be able to, without missing his or her way, it will come to you. This is basically what we want to cover today. Other tutorials and other follow-up will come. Don't forget, if you have any issue, just come to post to forum and add. If it's about this app, just click on the Sellebrety about the app And if it's question you want to ask, you click on question. If suggestion, if it's a general comment, then you enter it here and write whatever you need to write. If you want people to see your location, you click on this icon by the side. I don't want to touch it. You click on this icon here. Hope you can see it. It will get your location. If you have a web link regarding whatever you want to tell us, you enter it here. So with this, the discussion will continue. And mind you, other people can always contribute. It does not really mean it's the app creator that will come and be any person that sees it, like any of these existing things in the forum, any of this discussion in the forum, you see that this is about the app. I know I'm mistaken. App download. Where can I download this app? Play Store, iOS. That's what this Greg said. I can said ask for the license. You get license from the provided number, provided WhatsApp number. So just save it. So you ask God that under this, where can I download the app, that somebody asked. There's already 2 replies. I just click view. See how they reply. Somebody said go to Play Store, and this app is not yet on Play Store at this time. So somebody now say ask for the license from the provider, from the provided WhatsApp number. What I'm trying to say basically is that the discussions still continue, and the other video that will be a lecture that will be released. So stay tuned, and God bless you. In Jesus' name, amen.